everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are. On behalf of Lyceum Global, I would like to welcome you to our live stream. I'm Coach Ma Nguyen, and I'll be your moderator for today's live stream. How are you guys doing? Hope you're all doing well. I know that we have a lot of people joining us from all around the world. So please take some time to share in the comment where you are joining in from. So let us know. I know we just started, so I'm sure a few people are just joining in right now. So we're just going to give everyone a couple minutes as they join in. Okay. And as for me, I'm from Canada. And around this time of year, it's one of my favorite time of year because I get to see all these autumn leaves with its beautiful multicolors. And also around this time of year, we get a chance to reflect and celebrate the anniversary of the book Living in Grace, Live Your Best Life Now, written by Dr. Anhlan Nguyen and published by Lyceum Global. So if you have not read the book, that's okay. You're in the right place, okay? Because at the end of this live stream today, we will give you the link so that you can download the ebook for free. So at this point, please let me introduce to you Dr. Anhlan Nguyen, my mentor, my dear friend, and also my partner in my transformation journey. So without further ado, Dr. Anhlan Nguyen, please say hello to our audience.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your introduction, Mai. And thank you, everyone, for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us to celebrate the third anniversary of the book, Living in Grace, Living Your Best Life Now.
Thank you. So, Dr. Lang, how do you feel today? We've arrived at the third anniversary of the Living in Grace book. Share with us how you're feeling.
I feel extremely grateful. Today, as I walk around the neighborhood and noticing the beautiful sky, the breeze from the tree, and the air that I'm inhaling every breath that I take, and I felt so much alive. And I feel so much grateful for being able to live my life and to live to the fullest in the past 3 years, focusing on learning, growing with you all, serving, giving, loving, and sharing. So have you heard about Rabindranath Tagore?
Yes, I believe he's that famous poet or philosopher in India. Is that correct?
Yes. So he has a famous wording, a quote that says the following: I slept and dreamed that life was joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. I acted, and behold, service was joy. In the past 3 years, I have had the opportunity to create so many programs focusing on helping others, helping the adolescent youth, the young professionals, the community workers, the social workers, and everybody to develop the practice of living in grace through simple daily actions anchoring on the 5 values that are very simple and yet powerful: gratitude, respect, accountability, courage, and engagement. And I realized that what Tagore has said was so true. Life is service, and service is joy. And of course, there are always the ups and the downs in life, right? Every of us have our own challenges. But when you truly developing a mindset of grace, life will become such like a flow of water. And water can become any form. It can adjust to any situation and never reach it to any changes.
That's right. Well, at this point, I just want to take some time for us to review and perhaps do some recap of the past 3 years to share with our audience some of the impacts that this book has helped to create. Shall we do that, Dr. Anhlan?
Sure, let's begin.
learn things that I had never thought I would learn. I thought I was an empathetic person. I thought I had embodied all these attributes, but you really took me deeper. And so now I can truly see like how I can start applying these in a truly authentic way.
How's everyone doing?
I'm live.
You guys are amazing. I wanted to say congratulations because I know we have a lot of award winners.
I'm here to serve, to love, to give, and to share. And that is my story, and I'm sticking to it.
And when you practice grace, it builds relationships with your team members, with your stakeholders, with your project sponsor. And the key thing is the practice of empathetic, active listening.
2017, I left the corporate world to focus on my nonprofit. And I have been living the best 6 years of my life. And the highlight is this book. Because from the book, I was able to reach as far as South Africa, Vietnam, India, Nepal. It's just amazing.
And you are strong. You have what it takes to overcome any difficulty in life. We are the choices we made. So choose to live in grace. Choose that I am a miracle.
I am a miracle. I am a miracle. I am a miracle.
I choose to act. I choose to love.
And today I will challenge myself that I will use this phone to practice to myself, and also I want to express love to myself. And I want to talk to myself that, hey girl, you are so beautiful, you're amazing, you're a miracle, and you deserve love.
I started practicing the grace breathing. I've done a lot of breathing. I've been the one that's been telling my friends, just breathe, remember, just breathe. And then when I started actually practicing it, learning to do it properly, it's like, oh my goodness, this is like, okay, this really works. It's a game changer.
The metaphor of you don't have to eat the whole whale at the same time or the elephant at the same time, one piece after the other. Where can I find my place in this world to just reach one person, and then that person reaches a person? So gratitude and courage are the two that have stood out for me.
So I thank you so much for opening up all these different avenues of embracing life and of thinking of life and of practicing life, and especially, in a family unit. Thank you.
Wow, what a great journey, Dr. Anhlan. I see that you and the Lyceum team have accomplished quite a lot, even through some challenges, as I saw a clip where you lost your voice and you were still sharing on stage. That's amazing. Now, out of all the experiences and programs, can you please share with us what are some memorable moments that you have?
Thank you, Mike. But before that, I just want to shout out to Kaki. All the way from South Africa. You were featured in the video, Kaki, and it has been a wonderful experience to support you and all the learners from around the world to really breathing. Like you said, breathing is the foundation. So I feel so much grateful for your presence today. So talking about memories, there's so much, Mike. But one thing that stood out should be during the COVID time when it was hit really hard in Vietnam in around September 2021. And I was delivered a virtual workshop to serve about 1,300 people, mostly are teachers from across Vietnam, and another about 1,000 people from live stream and Facebook live section. So there was a lady who lost the vision and her face was deformed due to a severe accident. And she was an executive assistant for a CEO of a firm in Vietnam. And she told me that how the grace message resonated so well with her belief that we need to focus on what we still have. And she focused on what she still had, which is the ability to speak the ability to really live her life the way she wanted, so she can maintain the energy to live a full life and get out of her own depression. And there was also a deaf young man whose face was brightened. And he told me through the sign language interpreter that this message brought him so much hope. And he is determined to change his attitude toward life. He said that despite this hardship, he appreciates his body, his mind, and especially his heart. He's still a miracle. And he finds joy in all the things that he's doing. So it truly warmed my heart when I hear all of this.
Aw, these are truly meaningful stories. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Now, let me ask you, if I'm new to Grace, right? What would you say some of the most important points that you would want me to know about living in grace and how that looks like?
I think the most important point first is all about connecting with your heart, because your heart is the best gift that each of us is given by birth, right? And it stays with us for our whole life. The first breath it gives us, and the last breath when we leave this world. So by harnessing the loving energy from your own heart and viewing life through the lens of gratitude, you can find joy in every moment of your existence. Consider looking at your body, right? Of your body. You have more than 50 trillion cells and 35 trillion bacteria that working harmoniously to sustain your energy and keep you alive. So you are indeed a miracle. So embracing the magnificence of your body and anchor you in the appreciation of life for life. And despite life challenges, adopting a lens of gratitude will allow you to focus on the uncovering hidden gifts within the obstacle, enabling you to progress toward to your breathtaking future. And regardless of how much hardship you face, if you look into the lens of grace, each hardship, each obstacle is a gift. And once you figure out that gift, you will find enough energy to move on and to move forward into your breathtaking future. So that's the first piece. The second point that I think is so important to emphasize is regardless of age, gender, race, background, we are all interconnected. Imagine I'm here in the United States, you are in Canada, Haki is in South Africa, Wendy is in South Africa. We have people from India everywhere. We are all interconnected. And a simple technique that helps us to really recognize our heart, appreciate our heart, and also focusing on the magnificence of our body is grace breathing. And you have seen Keiki, right? Keiki mentioned about breathe. It's all about breathe. So grace breathing is to really help you to go through any hardship, any obstacles in lives, and any status. Yeah, I saw that Kathy mentioned about that, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. Well, why don't you tell us and share us what does that grace breathing technique looks like? Can you do a
Okay, so maybe
demonstration?
we can do it together, right? Because this,
Sure.
I think if you get out of this live section about this grace breathing, that would be the best gift you can give to yourself. So this is just a simple technique. As you see, breathing is the foundation of life. We cannot live without breathing, right? So breathing, like normally you breathe, but you don't pay attention of how deep you breathe. So grace breathing is a simple technique that takes about 2 minutes, but it helps you to anchor to your body and your mind. And so you sit up straight, okay? And then you put your hand close to your heart. Imagine that you are connecting with your heart. Then you can close your eyes and take a deep breath. And when you breathe in, you imagine the oxygen coming through your nose, coming down to your throat, your lung, and then go to your heart. And from your heart, the heart takes the oxygen to all the single cells in your body, and it helps us to keep us alive. and you really have a sense of appreciation of your body. So I have a mantra I call breathing in, I am peace. And you count from 1 to 10. Now, if you breathe in and it's less than 10, that is okay, right? It takes with the practice. Then on the breathing out, you also count from 1 to 10 and imagine all the carbon dioxide getting out from the heart back to the lung and out to the outside. But along with that, you're sending the love from your heart to everyone, everything around you, appreciating the fact that we are all interconnected. And with that, you smile and you say, breathing out, I breathe out love. So let's do that for another round. Breathing in, I breathe in peace. Breathing out, I breathe out love. And make sure that you smile. Because when you smile, it actually helps you and all the muscle on your face also got relaxed. Okay, so when you do that 2 round, another round. Breathing in, you breathe in peace. Breathing out, you breathe out love. So that's 6 times. How do you feel?
Oh, I feel so relaxed.
You see, it's so simple, but it is so effective. And again, you breathe through love, you breathe through the peace. How can you make peace becomes your pulse? Let every pulse, every beat of your heart, you breathe in peace. And it doesn't mean that you don't have problems, right? Problems will come, especially for busy people. You will have problems all day long. But when you have problems, you just take time out for 2 minutes and do that breathing. It totally automatically turned your smile upside down and really bring in peace. And that peace is coming from within. That peace is coming from your heart, from the fact of life. So I wish that you can practice and let me know if it's working.
Thank you, Dr. Anhlan. Thank you so much for sharing the Amazing Grace breathing technique. And so what else? What else can we learn about grace?
So grace breathing is one technique. The other one is being aware of your thoughts and feelings. By practice mindfulness, living intentionally, like how do I want to show up, right? Like you can just go, with the sequence of life and all the things that you're supposed to do without having any intention. Or you can set intention, and normally it should be in the morning. You said, okay, I'm going to have a great day. I'm going to have a wonderful day. I will live so much, free to the fullest. So set intention and then paying attention to your emotions. Now, your emotion will determine your state of being. So if you are in negative emotion, which sometimes you will be, then be aware and embrace that negative emotion, and how can you use grace breathing to transform it. You don't fight with this, but you transform. You use grace breathing, connect to your heart, using the loving energy to transform the negative energy into something beautiful, which is love. And that is so important, because when you are able to do that, you will see that life is all about staying with your body, with your heart, and appreciate the fact that you are alive. Right. And the 4th point is cultivated self-love and appreciation of others. Now, why self-love first? If you don't love yourself, how can you expect other people to love you? Right? So loving
Mm,
ourselves has to be first. It's not selfish. Self-love is believe in yourself. Believe that you have that heart always with you and to overcome any hardship that come your way. And hardship will come. That is a warranty to stay alive, right? There will be obstacle, there will be hardship, but you have what it takes. Believe in yourself, love yourself, and using that to cultivate the appreciation of yourself and the appreciation of others. So if you change the way you perceive things using the lens of gratitude, then everything change, right? And I really like a statement from Dr. Nguyen. He said that there should be no justification for having resentment, because hatred and resentment really kill our energy. So whatever it is, you need to find a way to transform that resentment into something. And last but not least, self-care. Self-care, it is so important. It's the appreciation of your body. You have to prioritize self-care routine to rejuvenate your body, mind, and spirit. So giving yourself the permission to replenish your own well-being before offering anything to others. And it is not selfish. I repeat, self-care is not selfish, because you got you in your cup first, right? Before you can throw your cup to other.
for sure. Well, thank you so much for all of those tips. That was a lot of information for us. So I'm sure if you're watching live and you have to watch a replay, please do. Those are very key golden nuggets that Dr. Anhlan have shared with us. Now, I'm curious, on a daily basis, how do you apply grace then? Do you have a certain daily routine that you can share with us?
Thank you. Before responding to your question, I just want to respond to Maya. Hi, Maya, just joining in. You talk about the breathing technique, and actually, at the end of this this live stream, I will give you the document that documenting all the steps, so that you can take that and just use some affirmation along the way. It will make all the difference. It's very simple. 2 minutes at the beginning of the day, 2 minutes at the end, and 2 minutes every time you don't feel yourself, like you don't feel connecting to your heart. Then take a moment, and then you will make it will make all the difference when you practice it. Okay. So back to my question about what some of the self-care, right? So I think for the self-care, basically you need to do some very basic thing, because this body, you only have one body, right? And this body helps you to live until the day you die. But most of us, we focus so much on the outside world. We focus so much on achieving, getting goals achieved without paying attention to this body. It's all about eating properly, sleeping, drinking enough water, movement, right? So physical movement is important. So I always try to have at least 30 minutes of very fast walking around the neighborhood, enjoying the sunshine, the trees. If you have the nature around you, it would be perfect. If not, it's still like find a way to connect with the sunshine, because the sunshine, the light really help to rejuvenate your cells a lot. And the last moment before I go to sleep, I send gratitude toward all of the organs of my body, starting with my eyes, with my ears, with my my mouth, my voice, my throat, because I use a lot with my voice. I'm a speaker, right? So I appreciate my throat, and then my hands. Without the hands, you cannot do anything. And then you scan from top to the bottom. That become a ritual. It's called gratitude ritual at night before I go to sleep. So when I go to sleep, I smile with a smile, and when I get up, guess what? I start with a smile even before I jump out of bed. And when you smile, actually all the muscle on your face also relax. So that is the key. Smile before you go to sleep and smile when you get up. And I actually get into the restroom. I look at myself in the mirror, and literally this is what I do. I say, "Hi, Anhlan, good morning. I love you. I appreciate you, and I am committed to become the best version of yourself in the upcoming hours. So by saying it out loud, looking at myself, I make a commitment of myself to truly focus on helping myself to be in the best state of being every single day, right? So that takes a lot of work. I mean, you just keep repeating. And then I give myself a high five. And this one, I took it from Mel Robbins. She has a high five routine, right? And I like it. So I give myself a high five and say, yeah, let's go for the day, right? And then I do the grace breathing often throughout the day whenever I notice that I have some negative emotion. And of course, you can always be interfere with all kinds of different negative attitude toward from others, right? So that helped me, and I build the awareness. So throughout the day, I always pay attention to that. And then I have a grace rock. I don't know whether you could see it. This is my grace rock, just a rock, and I hold it in my hand. And at night, before I go to sleep, I have a ritual to appreciate 3 things happen during the day, and I hold this rock with me. And you know what? After a few months, whenever I have some issue, I took out the rock and I just anchor. And the energy that I accumulated every day, it actually helped. It really calmed me down. And take some grace breathing, it really bring back to connecting to my heart. By connecting to my heart, that is the best way for you to show up in this world. So that's about it. How about you, Mai?
Oh, well, thank you for asking. But first off, thank you for sharing so many of those wonderful tips. Some are great reminders that I'm aware of that sometimes we forget to do, right? You know, to be honest, I find when you host your Grace Foundational class, I'm able to immerse and practice it a lot more. And then as a busy mom, sometimes I forget, but the one thing I do every day is I think about what I'm grateful for, as well as I try to make sure I spend some time in nature. So whether it's a couple minutes or a hike, and when usually I love the water. So if I'm in an area, wherever I travel or even for work, if I'm close by to a lake or a beach, I always make it to sure I get to that body of water and I just do a quick walk. There's something that's so beautiful about just, looking at the waters and the waves. And now I know it's not that we get that all the time, but when I am at home, I just kind of go around my block, walk to the park with the kids. And while we're walking, we breathe, right? And so those are some of the things, but there's more things I like to do. However, it's a good way to practice that's why I always look forward to when you do have your foundational class, is then it's a reminder for me to go deeper into the practice as well too.
Yes, it's coming. So we will have the next cohort in January. So we will announce soon. But again, like nature, like you mentioned about nature, and nature, actually science have conducted a lot of studies that show the connection between healing and the nature. So the more you be out in the nature, the more like there's the electromagnetic field from the nature around you, and your heart has electromagnetic field that is very strong. And when its coherence is really integrated, that is when your healing power within yourself will be increasing exponentially. So stay out in the nature is a wonderful thing, right? And believe it or not, we're coming to an end. So I just want to emphasize, this is so important, that each of us, we do have a choice of how well we live. And as Mr. Jim Rohn, my mentor, said, you cannot choose how long you will live, right? But you can choose how well you will live. So choose to live well by living in grace. Choose to love. Choose to laugh. Choose to be grateful. Choose to move more. And choose to become the best version of yourself and commit to that intention.
Aw, that's so wonderful. I know we're coming to a close soon. It's already been 30 minutes.
Yes. She's calling from all the way from Mexico. Wonderful.
Oh, yes.
Wonderful. Yeah.
But
so
Yeah, we're wrapping up now. So, do you have any last words before we say bye to everyone?
Yes, so basically, I just put in the chat the document that you can download. It's a Grace Day 1 day challenge. It's a part of the 5 day challenge, and if you sign up in the list that we had on the dranhlan.com/book, we will send it to you. Oh, hello to and all the way from Vietnam. That is wonderful. See, we have an international audience right here. Yes, so you can get this again. I just put it in the chat. Uh, the document, and this document highlight all the important points of grace breathing. And based on my teaching, I noticed that grace breathing is really the key for you to connect to your heart. So my sincere wish to everyone to have a wonderful, wonderful weekend coming up. And we look forward to connect with you more in the future.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Dr. Anhlan, once again for all your wonderful tips. We hope that everyone that's watching this through our conversations was able to either learn some new tips or be reminded of our tips. And remember about the link. We'll be sharing that as well, where you can download the ebook for free. Once again, have a great day. Have a great rest of your week. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.